What the fuck? I
took a deep ass breath.
I got
lightheaded.
lightheaded.
I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah.
I didn't know where that was going.
Somebody went mad low.
I did.
Yeah.
I switched it up. Switched it up.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
There's
Welcome
always
to BLAPCHAT episode 61. This is our second episode of the year. Welcome to our show. This is BLAPCHAT. I go by the name of Illmind.
Yes.
I like introing as if this is your first time listening, so fuck it. My name is Illmind. I am a Filipino American male. And I make beats, I produce, I do a few other things, and this is our podcast here. And I've worked with a few people as a music producer, and this is a music production dedicated podcast that you're listening to, and I'm here with my really amazing co-hosts, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh,
Now, this is the Atlas the Plug. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm from Brooklyn.
I'm single.
I
I'm
like
male.
pizza. My favorite color is green.
Is it
Why
really?
do you
reasons.
look at me like that?
Is it really green?
Yeah, man.
Oh, fuck.
You know what that reminds me of?
Especially,
Is it-
especially teal green.
You know what that
Teal
reminds
green
me
like
of?
Something
money.
about teal green
What?
that gets
Donald Trump,
What?
What, that voice?
where he said the green, because his son made a statement that his father's not racist, that the only color he sees is green.
Ooh.
That's some real Donald
no.
Trump shit
Wow.
to say.
Damn, Daniel.
That's for Donald Trump. That part. Anyway.
Damn.
All right, who else we got here?
It is good lyrics and music in the motherfucking building.
In the
How are you?
motherfuckers.
Let's go.
In the motherfucker.
See,
Actually, I'm from California. I'm a Leo, Puerto Rican and black, and I love Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Tough.
It's fire.
Yeah.
it's me, perfection.
Okay.
Hey.
So I'm the Dominican chick from the Bronx.
Okay.
Biatz in the building.
That's right. That's right.
You might automatically think that means crazy, but you know,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Why? So why is there? Why is that
Bronx and
such?
crazy.
Look at my hands. My hands instantly went to this. This is. I do this when I have like a serious inquiry about something. Why is that a stereotype?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
What?
I don't know, honestly.
What-
Like
what's the-
you're
I mean, I know
like
there's a lot
tech-
of crazy shit that goes on in the Bronx, you
Yeah,
know, but
maybe it
I
is.
think
Low-key
everywhere.
scared to be
Yeah.
over there.
I think everywhere, but yeah, I think
It's
a lot
extra
of
lit,
people.
I've been to the Bronx twice.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have like a lot of negative shit to say about the Bronx.
Yeah.
Out of like most of the boroughs.
Yeah. Bronx has a
Maybe,
reputation
yeah,
for sure.
maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all known for like most ruthless.
But perfection, you're not that,
Yeah.
but like you're not to be fucked with.
Yeah,
Either.
exactly.
Don't fuck
So I
around.
will say that.
I mean, I think also too is like the Bronx is still changing,
Right.
right? So it's like there's a lot that still needs to be changed in regards to a lot of shit. So it's like, you know,
Very
the Bronx
true.
could be hood and like
Right.
still
Oh yeah. Oh
keep
yeah.
it real, but you know, the Bronx is the birth of hip hop too. So
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And I also
Bronx,
make
the
beats.
South. Go ahead.
South.
and I also make beats.
Yeah.
And my favorite color is blue.
Blue.
Ooh.
I
And I'm
like
a
that.
Virgo. Yeah.
Virgo.
Virgo.
Team Virgo.
I love
Exactly.
Hey.
Leo. We
I'm
got
not
Leo
Virgo.
here.
I'm the only Leo.
3
It's all
out of
good.
4 people Virgos.
Oh, yeah,
and I
one-
like hot chocolate too. I
Hot
like
chocolate
hot
is
chocolate.
good. I love hot chocolate.
Hot
One
chocolate.
thing about us is that Atlas, I'm gonna throw him in there too. Atlas produces music too,
Yo,
but
I'm here.
we all produce
Yeah,
music.
yeah. I thought y'all knew that.
Which is amazing. I mean, Glam, you are an artist too, so you produce and you rap
But
and you
know
sing.
What? I should.
You know, Atlas, you actually sing, you songwrite. You dibble and dabble with the production too.
Yeah.
But you have that ear, man. You got that ear.
Appreciate
you know what
that.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And Perfection's beats are lit.
Yeah.
And you know, I dibble and dabble as well. You know, I make beats. That's my main thing. But we're here. This is BLAPCHAT, all music production podcast. We appreciate, first of all of our listeners. who have subscribed to us on iTunes and follow us on SoundCloud. So if you're listening to this on whatever platform you're on, we really appreciate it if you follow us, subscribe to us, and leave us comments. Don't be afraid to leave us comments in the comment section about what we talk about. If you have any questions, maybe some shit that you want to know about, that you want us to talk about on this podcast, don't be afraid to interact with us. And make sure you follow us on all of our social media. It's at BLAPCHAT, BLAPCHAT. I got the rap hands going. BLAPCHAT. Hove.
Shout out to Pigeons and Planes.
Shout to Pigs and
Looking out
Planes.
today, putting us in their
yeah.
list.
Got a nice-
Yeah, so they
Top
Pigs and
25.
Planes put out a list, top 25 hip hop podcasts that you should listen to, and our podcast was named one of the top 25 music podcasts. Sorry,
Music
That's
podcast.
music
Hell
podcasts to
yes.
listen to. So shout to Pigs and Planes for throwing us in there along the pod. A lot of other really great podcasts
Yeah.
on there too.
Joe Budden
a couple of
podcast
Joe Budden
was on there.
podcasts, of course. So I was definitely sleeping on some of them. So I'm gonna go back to that list and like check some of that shit
Oh,
out.
hell yeah.
The Kanye one looks super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
but
about
they-
to binge watch.
Yeah.
I'm about to binge watch some of these.
Yeah, so shout to Pigs and Planes, and shout to all of our followers and our listeners, man. This is episode 61. We have a really great special guest coming in later today. We have we'll intro him now. We have the amazing Skibeatz. I'm really excited to have him here today because his story is just
my
so
God.
broad. He has such a rich history in hip hop and just in music, and he's evolved into doing a lot of different things now. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see here, if Josh, you want to focus on that, that's a bag from a company called Soundbag, SOUNBAG, and that's Skibeatz' bag that Skibeatz helped put together. I don't know if it's his company or a company he partnered with, but we'll get clarity when we speak to him. But he hooked me up with the bag, and it's a really, really great bag.
I actually
It's a
seen
really great
this
bag.
on Instagram a couple months ago, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's highly functional. You see, you got the little like design MPC pads in front, and you can fit an MPC in there. You can fit a laptop perfectly in there. You can put a MIDI keyboard. And it looks
too.
great.
I
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
stylish,
Yeah.
So shout to Ski
I need
Beats.
to know how much them sheets is.
Yeah, the sheet is $1 million. Dollars. Yeah, shout to Ski, man. Thank you for the bag. Go get that sound bag if you don't have it. It's really cool if you're a creator or a producer. So yeah, man, a lot to talk about, man. It's a new year.
Yeah.
Some new music coming out. I noticed that in some of our comments on Instagram when we were talking about the Pigs and Planes thing, I remember when we first started this podcast, we were doing more sort of like gear reviews and talking about like the technology stuff.
Right.
So I think for episode 61 and moving forward, this is a good time to maybe incorporate a little bit of that nerd shit into our podcast and maybe talk about some of the new software or hardware that's coming out. So why don't we start with that? Why don't let's first of all, Glam, I know you're on Reason.
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about the Reason I know you're upgrading your computer and everything.
Yeah.
The Reason update that allows for you to use VSTs. Now, have you been fucking with that feature, or are you just in the box?
I haven't been able to because I've been in the box, and I think that's also because my computer's been down. So, and I've also been working on a much older version. So
Right.
I'm just now getting that upgrade just to like
Right.
check it out. So we're gonna be doing that soon. I'm
Right.
actually going to be able to. So I'll be able to talk about it hopefully by next
Amazing.
week.
So so obviously, since you've been producing in Reason, like all of your sounds are in Reason, and like
Pretty much.
your beats are so like
I mean, I got my outside kits too.
right, the
Yeah.
outside kits, but like all the synthesizers and
Yeah,
stuff.
all the synths and like I love their packs. I like
So
older
what are
stuff.
some
I
of the
like
packs
vintage.
that you like that you fuck with?
There's like a NN19 sampler patch, and then there's a NNXT Maelstrom. Thor has like the really nice
Thor.
like old 90s bass that I fuck
Right.
with.
Right.
But so, it's something in all of them. But there's also like a sample pack full of just like chords and like weird sounds.
Right.
So I like messing with those too. So I just like fucking with everything. So.
Right. Is there any new plugins that you have your eye on that you want to fuck with, if any?
No,
Or you
I'm
kinda
so,
keeping it in?
I'm so like confined, but I'm about to like I've been mixing my vocals.
Uh-huh.
So I'm about to get into like Melodyne and like
Yes.
so that's like one thing I'm looking into.
Melodyne, guys, is actually a really cool
Yeah.
plugin. It's designed for vocals mainly, but there's a lot of cool tricks you can use with Melodyne for other stuff. So there's one thing I use Melodyne for in Pro Tools. So like you could like bend sound with Melodyne, which is cool. So like I'm not saying I do this because I don't really like fuck with the super high EDM shit like I dibble and dabble, but you can, you know, those like pre-hook kind of like sweeps where like, you know, they go do 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 like that corny ass shit. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say it's corny.
Yeah.
But that do 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 that, you could do that shit in Melodyne. Basically, you just like manually draw in the pitch shift to like pitch it up gradually, and you can do like cool like push and pull tricks like that. So if you have Melodyne and you never knew you can do that, that's a cool little trick. You can just go to YouTube and you'll find a tutorial on how to do it, but it's pretty powerful. Yeah. Avian, what about you? I know you're on Logic. And you know, what kind of plugins are you fucking with right now?
So right now I use Alchemy a lot. I have a lot of Wave plugins that I mix with.
Are you mixing in Logic too?
Yeah.
I like mixing in Logic.
Yeah. I mean, I have Pro Tools,
Right.
but I've been like fucking with Logic heavy a lot because Pro Tools I want to like, you know, mix the vocals and stuff like that, which I'm not really doing right now. I've been focusing on production for a bit.
Yeah.
Aside from like the engineering aspect.
Where do you get your drum kits?
I have all of your drum
Hey,
kits.
hey,
All of them. I
you
have-
like that layup?
Exactly.
I have the
That was a
platinum
little-
bundle.
That was an alley
gold,
oop.
you got
No,
the-
but
the
aside
gold
from
kit.
BLAP kits, do you fuck with any other kits?
Yeah, I like Metro's kit.
His is fire.
Yeah, you know, I fuck with Boy Wonder's kit
I got
too.
a Wonder kit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I got a Waka kit too that goes.
Oh.
Waka, really?
Yes, it's
Nice.
old. It's one of those like old ones, but it's like you can really come up on some little sounds. And,
Sick.
you
Yeah.
know.
I usually just kind of like pick and choose different sounds from, like, if I'll fuck with one of your kicks and then maybe I'll use like a Metro snare or, you know, stuff like that. I'll kind of like grab a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm gonna shout out a VST that I actually just started getting into that I'm so addicted to. I'm still learning it. I've been watching a lot of tutorials. I took an 8-hour train ride to Buffalo yesterday or 2 days ago, so I've just been on YouTube. And there's this plugin by Isotope called Break Tweaker, and it came out in 2014. And it's basically like a step sequencer, and you can use it in any DAW. So it's sort of like Fruity Loops or FL Studio in terms of it being a step sequencer, but you can really like dig under the hood and like do some cool shit with like the automation and then like the note repeats. And then you can add like different like sine waves and like you know, like tape vinyl sound to like your one shots to give it like an additional texture. But then the shit you can do with the actual like drum sequencing is like so tight, and it's all point and click. Like you just click your shit in. And I usually do stuff on the keyboard, but when you click your shit in, you can come up with different patterns that your fingers wouldn't normally do.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I fuck with it. So
So is that the new cheat code?
it is kind of. I mean, listen, guys, like don't sleep on Isotope Break Tweaker. Shit's fucking powerful, man. I've been having a lot of fun with
You
it.
fuck with Omnisphere a lot.
I'm a big Omnisphere guy.
I'm getting my hands on that. Just
Get-
because I
get-
feel like
get
it has
two.
everything.
Get Omnisphere too.
No.
Yeah.
Omnisphere 2?
No,
Or
yeah,
the-
part 2.
Okay.
And that's what I like
Part 2
about
also.
That's what I like about the update. When they updated Logic and it came with Alchemy, because Alchemy is kind of like a mini version of Omnisphere. Like
Yep.
it has so many patches, like so
Exactly.
many sounds that you could just use that and
Exactly.
layer up crazy.
Yeah. No, Omnisphere is like a go-to. I mean, listen, guys, if you're using Omnisphere, you know, turn those knobs. That's it. Because like the potential you can have with Omnisphere to like get in there and like get under the hood and really just like turn those knobs and like create your own sounds, like that's like the wave, man. You got to do it. Atlas, I know you don't make beats, but you do a lot of business and shit on your phone,
Right.
And I know
I
you're
do
really big on organization.
100% of my phone.
You're really big on like calendar, organization,
Facts.
notes.
Yeah.
You know, keeping all these business ventures you have kind of organized, and it helps you follow up with people. So like, what are some like phone apps or techniques that you have for people that are, you know, trying to focus on that?
I mean, as simple as this is going to sound, there's really two that I really go to. Is one is Google Calendar.
Yeah.
I mean, as simple as that sounds, and the other one is the Notes app.
Notes app is
Like, I can
actually
go in
very
there.
powerful now.
Yeah, and you can go in there. There's so many things you can do in there, and that just, and of course email. Gmail, my Gmail app. But between those three, I've been able to just keep everything like super organized. And it all goes right to my phone. Like, you never see me really carrying around a laptop. Everything I do is on my phone. So I just think it's just being super organized. And what I started doing too is almost like a vision board in the house. Where it's like things you want, or things that you aspire to be, or things that just motivate you. Or maybe if you go in the gym, it's something like that. But I just think waking up every day and just having something like a cell phone that's so easy, where I can just look and say, okay, boom. And then, you do the reminder. So it'll remind you before the event actually is happening and stuff like that. So for me, it would just be those two, calendar and notes. I mean, that's just what works for me.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Illmind.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you good at kind of like detecting the tempo of a song, like on the spot when you hear it?
I am pretty good. Atlas can contest
Is it like
with
a
that.
guess, or like can you be like, this is 142?
I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is no bullshit. I've known Illmind, God, it feels like almost 10 years already, right? It's probably not that long, but 99. I think you might have been wrong once the whole time. He's like, well, it's to the beat. 120, whatever, and then it would pull out the app that has the tempo on it. Spot on every. I don't know how do you do that?
I don't know.
You're a fucking alien, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're an alien.
We did it at one of our workshops.
Yeah.
It was like we did. There's a segment on the workshop where the producer would come up and play a beat, and like I just did it off a whim. That was the first time I discovered that I had that skill. Yeah. And it was just like a beat, and then I was like, 113 BPM, and then he was like, yes, holy shit, how'd you know that? And I was like, yeah, look, I was just fucking around. And then like I did it like 5 times after, like the next 5 people, I did it every time, and I got it, which is so I don't know.
I'm getting a little better at that, but I'm not like exact. I'll be like, all right, this is like 142,
in the range, and
then it'll be like 144. But that's in the range. But I do have that's what I was gonna say as far as like apps. I have like the metronome app just in case. Like sometimes I'll hear something and I'm like, let me see.
Exactly.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. 2 other apps I do have. One is the metronome, and the other one is like the keyboard thing.
Okay.
So if for some reason we're in a session and they don't know what the key is,
just
boom, I pull out the app.
I have a piano
and
app that gives
Just
me like chords. And
So
stuff
do you
like
have
that.
perfect pitch?
Perfect pitch? No.
We
I
have
definitely don't.
We have to
Definitely don't.
introduce him
We have to
now.
Speaking of,
we have to announce who just
perfect.
spoke
Speaking
here
of
just
perfect
now.
pitch, we have an additional voice here that we're so excited to
please.
have here. You were just about to intro you. So we have the man, the god. He is to me, he's a legend. To a lot of people, he's a legend. He has a very long history in just music culture, hip hop culture, music production culture. He is a role model for a lot of people. Everything from Reasonable Doubt, Jay-Z, to classic Camp Lo, to Currency, to the Creative Control movement, to touring with Mobb Deep, rest in peace, P, to getting into intense sound designing, to releasing this wonderful sound bag that we shouted out earlier today, and thank you guys for hooking it up. And everything in between, man. He's got so much going on. He's giving back so much to the community, and I'm so big on like giving back to our community that we come from, that we represent, and what you do is amazing. So let's give a warm round of applause to Skibeatz.
Yeah.
Hey. Thank you. I
What's up,
appreciate
man?
it. Chilling.
What up, Skip?
Is that a sound? Oh, that's a sound hat
It's
too.
a sound hat, yeah.
Zoom
tough.
into that real quick, Josh.
Bang.
Yeah, that shit is fire.
That's dope.
So Skibeatz, man. First of all, thank you for taking the time for joining us, man.
No problem.
It's been a minute.
Man.
I think it's been like a year that last time I saw you.
Yeah.
It was probably at like a nice standard or something.
Definitely was
one of those. But you've been a busy guy, man. I follow all your shit. So like the production, the different keyboards and modulation that you're getting into is so sick, man.
Yeah, man.
Those are nuts.
So sick. So why don't let's start with this.
Okay.
First of all, I know there's a large group of people out there that associate you with Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, and I know, obviously that was sort of like the starting point, I guess, of Skibeatz. So why don't we?
That Original Flavor was the starting point.
Original Flavor.
Right,
all right.
yeah.
So the people associate you with Reasonable Doubt, but there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened before that. So let's start from the beginning. Tell us about Original Flavor.
Well, a lot of people think I'm from New York, but I'm from North Carolina.
Okay.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Hey.
4-1 in the house.
Hey.
And I started with this rap group called the Busy Boys.
Okay.
And we had this record that kind of blew up in New York while I was living in North Carolina.
With the Busy Boys.
With the Busy Boys. And Craig G from the Juice Crew.
Oh, shout out to Craig G.
Yeah, he was performing at this college, A&T, State University. And he was asking, kids in the town, hey, do you ever heard of the Busy Boys? They got this record. I want to meet the kid. And so somebody called my house. We didn't have cell phones. So luckily I was home. Yo, Craig G's at the college. You need to come through. He want to meet you. So I went to the college and met Craig G. Next thing you know, I was going to New York and I did an interview with Marley Marl on WBLS.
Wow. Just like that. And then that's how the whole momentum started. Then so when was this? Roughly what year?
Like 88, bro.
88.
Yeah.
Okay, so around 88, you're in North Carolina. Link up with Craig G.
Yeah.
Now, did you move to New York or did you just kind of?
Not at that time.
Okay.
I mean, I did the interview, came back home. It took maybe like another year. And the guy who owned the record label at the time, he was from New York. And so he moved back and asked me if I wanted to come. I had like $20, and my mom was like, "You can't go to New York with $20. What are you gonna do?" But I went with him.
Yeah.
Stayed with him and his mom, and I just started making music. I just started, recording the Original Flavor album and just, making beats.
Yeah.
And luckily, I knew Clark Kent because, like I said, when I was in the Busy Boys, we used to open up for all the major acts that came into town, and Clark was DJing for Dana Dane. So I met Clark Kent through that, and he said, "Yo, if you ever in New York, look me up." So I looked him up at the perfect time because he was the A&R at Atlantic Records. And I had my little tape, and I gave it to him.
Beat tape.
No. Demo.
Okay.
Not even
Demo.
beats. Not even beats yet. Demo tape of Original Flavor.
Wow.
Gave it to him. Matter of fact, I didn't get a chance to give it to him. I had to give it to the receptionist at the desk. She was like, "I'm gonna give it to him." And I'm like, "No, you're not gonna give it to him."
Right.
I'm giving it to him.
Right.
Like,
So
I don't believe you.
Right. So I gave her the tape, and a week later he called me and said, "Yo, Atlantic Records want to sign you." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Whoa." So, got to deal with Atlantic.
So
Came out with some records, did some videos. And then Clark, he was always a fan of my beats. And he was like, "Yo, what are you doing with these beats?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What am I doing with them?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yo, you can sell beats." And I'm like, "What do you mean sell beats?" I had no clue what a producer was. I
Right.
thought every rapper made their beats. I thought that was the thing. You feel me?
Got it.
Right.
So he was like, "Yo, trust me." Took a couple of my beats around. I got Father MC was the first placement I ever got.
Wow.
Got a check for like $8,000. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is gonna
like,
work.
This, I can use this.
I mean, and needless to say, I kind of put the mic down and kind of went full steam ahead with production. So that's how I kind of started.
Wow. So you were making beats at the time. So when you were in North Carolina, who or what was that thing that like got you into just like creating the actual beats?
My producer. I had a Fanatic. You ever heard of Rhythm Fanatic?
I have, yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of big records. He did the Crush on You record for Little Kim, produced for Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
Wow.
Well, he taught me how to make beats.
Dope.
I was at his house when he got his first SP1200. UPS man brought it to the door. We opened it up. I had the instructions. I was reading the instructions while he was making beats.
Crazy.
Press so-and-so, hit setup, yada, yada, yada. So I was watching him. And when he went out and did his thing, I would just sit on it and just, mess around with it. So I kind of learned while he learned.
Nice.
Wow, that joint was like, what, 2, 3, 4 stacks back then,
Back
right?
then, yeah.
You couldn't just get like an MP and start producing. That's why, like, we're so spoiled nowadays because you could literally download for free and just start producing. But back then, you didn't have
Watch
that luxury.
videos.
No.
You gotta like read manuals.
You, first of all, you
Dude,
gotta pay thousands of dollars.
Dude, I had to beg my mom. She put a SP1200 on layaway,
Wow,
while I
dude.
was in college. I was
Crazy.
gonna go to college. I was in college for like a semester, and I said, "Look, Mom, don't even waste your money." I said, "I want to do this. I want to write
Dope.
rhymes and I want to make music." And she said, "Yo, if I, pull you out of school and if you don't do what you say you're gonna do, I'm gonna be
It's
mad."
on.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So luckily, I stuck with it.
Crazy.
Man, shout out to your mom.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And,
Miss Willis.
Yes.
and
shout out.
the receptionist that actually passed along
Yes.
his
The
demo,
tape.
because she could have easily just chucked
Trash,
it and
yeah.
been like, here's
Oh.
another one.
Forgot.
That's dope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm happy about that.
So SP 1200 at the time, that's what you were using, and did you evolve into a different beat machine, or were you still kind of stuck on that for a while?
Though I had the SP. 2.5 seconds. I was limited.
Yep.
So I started seeing producers. They had like that white Akai 950, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing with that? Why you guys always got the 950? Oh, we put the drums in the SP, and the 950 has more sampling time. And I'm like, what? So
Primo was doing that back then too.
900 with the
900
with the MPC 60 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the 950. I added it to my arsenal. I started, just finding cool samples that I always wanted to sample, but I didn't have enough time in the, the SP 1200.
Right.
But yeah, I think I was the first one to take nobody was sampling stereo, and the 950 was mono. But I would take both sides. I would sample the left side and the right side, and start making stereo
shit.
sounds like Dead Presidents and stuff like that. Was kind of like
Wow.
a little wider than what was going on back then. You feel me?
It was. I gotta drop a fucking air horn for that, because let's jump right into that. Dead Presidents, man. I mean,
How did
obviously,
that even happen?
let's first talk about the beat.
Yeah, exactly.
Because first of all, even if Jay-Z wasn't on it, just that beat alone is probably, in my opinion, probably one of the greatest hip hop beats of all time. Honestly, I put it up there.
Appreciate it.
And it was just such a insane sample, but what you did to it and how you manipulated it and the types of drums you used was crazy. So walk us through this. Now you have this Dead Presidents beat, and there's no drum kits back then. There's no internet that you can download drums.
No.
So walk us through the process of how you made this beat.
I was at one of those conventions, like a How Can I Be Down or something like that. And I think Nas' album had came out. And every car that was driving by was playing "Whose World Is This?" And and the pianos and the drums and the whole cadence of that record had me like, yo, this is amazing. I want to make a song like that. So every day for weeks, I was just digging, trying to find something that gave me that vibe, that Nas vibe. And then I found that that Lonnie Listen joint. I'm like, okay, this is dope. Then I took Nas's voice and put it on top just to see if it felt right. I'm like, oh, I like this. This is dope. So I said, I'm going to play this. So I played it for Jay. And when the Nas part came in, I said, oh, don't worry about that. I'm going to take that out. He said, nah, dude, keep that shit in.
Keep that
Keep that in there. That's crazy.
What?
But that's how I came across that beat, man. A lot of, music
Damn.
back then inspired me. Like, The Streets Is Watching. I don't know if you remember the song by K Def and Larry-O. Dun, 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 dun. What's that joint? Real Live Shit.
If I hear it, I might know it.
Well, look up that song, Real Life Shit.
Real Life Shit.
And you'll see how I came up with Streets Is Watching.
Crazy.
That song inspired me to make that record.
Wow, Jay was like, leave them Nas vocals in.
But even
That's fire.
Even the sampling process for you, you just mentioned that you were digging for days and weeks. What was that process like? Because we always talk about the art of sampling, and I think sampling is amazing because when you do it right, it's incredible.
Right.
Kind of like you were just saying, you were in a convention and you just hear cars pass by and you hear it like, wow, that would be dope if I do something like that.
Yeah.
So what was that process for you, even finding samples? Was it frustrating? Were you
Nah, not back then. It was part of the
Part of it, right?
Part of it. It was love. I just love listening to old records because you never knew what you was gonna get, and it was always like, yo, what's gonna be next? What's gonna be next? Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, let me catch that snare. I'm gonna use that snare later. Oh, that's a dope kick. Boom. Let me take that bass sound. I always found stuff, and then you get that when you drop.
Yeah.
Bang. Ooh, bring that back.
that's the one?
When
That's
you
it.
when that needle hits that record and it comes on, that's
Right
that
away.
feeling. For all of you young bucks out there who missed the sample record train, I just made that train. I barely got on that shit. I caught the
You
tail
ran
end
on
of
it,
it.
the
I was
doors
just like,
closing.
oh shit. Sample from records. No, I'm gonna go to YouTube.
I remember exactly where I was when I started hearing your name. I used to live at Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Okay.
And everybody kept talking about this new kid coming out named Illmind. I'm like,
That's
who is this
crazy.
Illmind kid? I'm like, yo, I didn't hear any of your beats at the time, but your name was buzzing so crazy, bro. It was
Oh,
amazing.
man, that's amazing.
Out in Jersey.
Jersey, Jersey. I'm out here in these streets. No, I appreciate that, Ski. So like basically back then, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like back then, you know, a lot of the beats were sort of like sampled from records. So like I said, there wasn't any YouTube or drum kits. So it was, you know, literally like listening to a James Brown record or whatever record, and then like a part of the record where only a drum solo would happen, and then that's where you would essentially pull the drums. But then also too, there was, you know, sampling, like sort of, I know this is controversial, but like jacking drums from other actual records or even scratch records.
Dude, their Prez is what? The kick is from like, I think, Oh My God. The kick and the snare, I think, is from Oh My God. The track called Quest
But you
record.
flipped it though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put your own little spin on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on, it was already compressed, already mixed a little bit. You didn't have to do too much work.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That was part
Just
of the game.
tweak
Yeah.
it, tag
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So what was your process of like collecting and organizing your samples? Like did you store them anywhere, or was it just
I wasn't that type of producer. I wasn't like, you know, that guy who had all his shit and, you know, bins and shit. My shit was
All over the place.
Yeah.
scratched up all over the floor. It didn't matter to me. I didn't really care. I just wanted to get what I wanted from it. And, you know, I'm sorry if there's any record enthusiasts out. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. I know y'all hate that, but that just wasn't me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you where the break came from. I couldn't tell you. You know, you got guys.
Right.
Oh, that's a snare from 19 songs. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not that dude. I don't know that kind of
They're
stuff.
actually, those people exist. They're called musicologists. They they work for, like, we talk about that a couple times on this podcast. They work for publishers, and then they keep their eye out and their ear out, and they say, oh, that snare is from our record, or that
they
loop.
snitches.
They snitches, yeah, basically.
Oh God.
Musicologists, snitches, call them
They the
snitches.
ops. The ops.
Audio snitches. So, okay, Reasonable Doubt. And then from there, man, just a slew of continuing the classic record run. Camp Low.
Yeah,
another favorite.
Right. While I was working on Reasonable Doubt, at the same time I was doing Uptown Saturday Night, and it was always a little battle, you know, because I gave Jay certain records that Camp Low wanted, like Politics. You know, Politics is usually bam, 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 bam. You know what I'm saying? When Camp Low heard that record, they was like, you always give him the good beats. You feel me? they had that kind of vibe.
That's funny.
So I had to find something like, you know, with some horns, you know, that had that same energy. So, you know, for weeks, I'm digging. And then the Luchini record, I'm like, yo, perfect. So I kind of made up for that one.
Man.
Yeah.
It sounds like, you know, you ran into these classic loops and these samples, but you took the time to find them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
so
for
are
sure.
you like record on, you know, on the needle down, and then like listening to every song straight through until there's a break?
I mean, you know, when you do it so much, you just kind of know what the record's gonna be like. As soon as you drop it in, you're like, nah, it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then sometimes there's like, you know, you skip
Changes.
through, like, you know.
Some changes will come
Yeah,
up. And
'cause
you're
you
like,
could grab
whoa.
certain
Right,
parts
I've
from
done
it.
that
right.
on a few records. I'm like,
Right.
let me listen to the whole
Yeah.
thing
Right.
because something tells me it's gonna go somewhere completely
Did you
different.
used to look at the grooves
Oh
and
yeah,
see
yeah,
where
come on, you know,
the
that's
dead spots?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And I always love records that got like more than one element. You know, when you find a gem like that, when you got like a break here and then some change up here, then some other sound you can add and like mad stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Luchini wasn't like that. It was just like that's just
blatant.
dope. And I had to add I had little keys on top and the bass, but it was just dope.
And you worked on
Shit was
Feelin It.
Yeah, that was Feelin It was my song. Feelin It was my
Word.
song for my
Tell the
That's
album.
story.
Like one
Tell
of
the story. How
my
did
favorite
how did it end up
records.
being? How did it end up being your song, and then end up being that?
Well, I was working on the album,
Uh-huh.
my little solo joint, and it was me and Geechee Sway from Camp Low. We recorded a song. My homegirl Mecca, she sung the hook, and I was excited about that song. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Let me go take it to Dame. So, and me and Dame lived in the same building, so I went to Dame's crib, and Jay was there. I'm like, yo, check out this song I just made. Check it out. Tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Played it for him.
Like feedback and shit. You
Yeah,
just
you know,
wanted
yeah,
feedback.
right. Well, you know, it's gonna be dope. This is my shit. Played it for him, and then Jay looked at me and said, "You know, you're gonna have to give me that song, right?" I'm like,
shit.
come on, man, you got to give me that song. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. And he kept the hook, and he took the way I was rhyming. I'm feeling it. That's how I was rapping. So he said, I'm gonna take your flow and I'm gonna use the hook.
That is fucking.
That's
crazy.
one of my.
That's one of his best songs. That's one of my favorite songs from him.
I mean, he did a better job than me, but you know, it was my song.
So how did you
yours.
feel once it was done? And
what was
you
that
heard
like
it,
at the time?
Oh, I'm a fucking Jay-Z fan. That shit was incredible.
Did you know that record would like be a favorite though, or
No.
Yeah.
You know, you never know
That's
when
crazy.
when you just working. It's just what you do. It's just like, yeah, that's dope. Let's do another one. That's dope. You know how it is.
Not looking at
and then
it
you
for
look
that.
back. You know, like, damn, we did some joints.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I guess when you're in the moment and you're part of these movements, you don't get to like really fully realize like how big of a deal they are
No.
from the outside.
No, not
Yeah,
at all.
but
But even like a couple years past, you know, because in the moment you might be like, all right, this shit's dope. But once you see like the legacy and like, you know, how much people listen to shit, even like 10, 15, 20 years later, it's like, yo, we weren't even going for that at that moment.
It's always the records I think that's gonna blow that never do nothing. Like, oh yeah, let's drop this. This is gonna be great.
Exactly.
Nothing happens. But then when you like, yeah, whatever, put it out. It's like, damn, the whole motherfuckers fuck with this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I'm gonna skip a little bit with this, and we'll go back. But I would love, and I know the world would love this. Man, I would love to just see you link back up with Jay, man.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm not even for old time's sake, but like, I don't know. There's a magic that you and Jay had, and not to say, obviously, Jay has magic with a lot of people, but I think there's a special magic with you guys. In your opinion, is that even possible, or
I mean,
is it in the, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever tried like recently, or?
Not
really.
Not really. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything is possible. You know, there's no love lost. You know, that's still my boy. And then, you know, if he, you know, everybody hit him up and say you need to work with Ski.
That's what we're saying, guys. We're gonna create this conversation
Put
here.
this out there.
If you're listening to this,
Let's do it.
tweet Jay, tweet whatever. Put the energy out there.
Yeah,
we want to get.
I'm with it.
We want to
Tweet Lenny S.
Listen, Guru, if you're
Lenny
listening,
S.
Lenny S. If you're
Kodak
listening,
Lens.
Could we just get Ski and Jay in the room again, just for old time's sake, and just see what happens, man? Because those records were classic, and the game needs it, man. It really does. I think it would be special.
And I think even the direction that he went and can kind of still be going towards after 444 is like that vibe and that feel. You know what I mean?
Man, Jay's large enough to do with any kind of music you want to do. We could just do some shit for the love.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
What did you think of 444?
It was good. I liked it. It was a couple of records on there I was really digging. You know.
What was your favorite?
I don't want to be cliche, but it was that OJ joint. I liked.
Okay.
The OJ shit.
Okay.
It was pretty hard.
Yeah.
OJ was hard.
Hard beat.
Yeah.
OJ was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OJ was hard.
All right. So let's skip a little bit and go back. Man, this creative control movement.
Yo.
That was with Dame.
Yeah.
I don't think that Dame gets enough credit for that movement.
Right.
I think they really, and you guys really just, and you were like pretty involved with that stuff, like to a certain extent, right?
Yo, yeah.
That was a starting point for a lot of movements, man. I think culturally it kind of shifted, you know, the idea of like high quality video, just the idea of like DIY. It was a DIY thing, and I don't remember a true DIY movement prior to Creative Control, not at that level.
Right.
And then also too, that was when like the blogs were like the big thing, and you were a huge part of that movement. So like, how did those things kind of come about, like with Dame and Creative Control, and then meeting Wiz and Currency and all that?
Wow, I had moved back to New. You know, I was in North Carolina. I had moved back to New York, and I just called Dame. I'm like, yo, what's good? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, come by to, the office. I got shit popping. I got shit going on. We're just doing this, Black Rock. We're doing this Black Rock thing. Come to the studio. Went to the studio. I see Pharoah Monch. I see, the Black Keys. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? You know what I mean? I'm hearing all this crazy hard rock, but hip-hop kind of vibe. I'm like, oh, this is dope. He said, yo, I'm about to start this. You need to be a part of it. And I'm like, I didn't come there for that. You know what I'm saying? But he, invited me to do that. I'm like, all right, bet, let's do it. So, I started hanging out in Tribeca with him. shit, I just brought my studio up to that room and just set everything up and just started making beats. Next thing you know, Mos Def walks into the room. He's just walking around listening. He writes Taxi. We got Taxi. Like the video that was shot was him doing it right there.
Wow.
You feel me? Introduced me to Currency. We just started making records. Next thing you know, we got Pilot Talk 1, 2, and 3. You know what I mean? Jean Grey, Joel Ortiz, Jay Electronica. He had everybody coming up there at the time, man. Everybody. Erykah Badu. It was that
wow.
whole...
So you were there, like, you were producing the beats, and it was just high traffic.
Dude, I lived there. I didn't have an apartment. I stayed in that building.
Wow.
Yeah. I brought all my sons used to come to the building to see me. I didn't even have a crib at the time. I was there.
Crazy.
You know what I mean?
That shit
That was
crazy.
a grind.
It was real. It was a grind for real.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
incredible.
I actually had a question. I know you had moved on and you had the Fresh Air Fun music group.
Fresh Air.
The Fresh Air. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought it was Fresh Air Fun because I was saying,
Yeah,
did
it's
you
a
actually?
Fresh Air Fun.
It is. Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right, perfect. Because that was my question. Like, did you go? Because I went to the Fresh Air Fund. Like,
were talking about that
I
earlier.
always wanted to go.
I went, and for people who don't know what the Fresh Air Fund is, it's
break it
it's
down, Matt.
so what it is it's low income house kids, right? Go off into the suburbs, like the boondocks, right? And I was one of those kids, and you go like fishing, and like you go hunt, and you shoot a gun, and you do all that shit, right?
Like
So
camping,
cool.
like camp.
Camping. The first time I went fishing, like for trout, and then I caught the fish, scaled it, and cooked it and ate it.
Wow.
You know
On
what I
the
mean?
spot.
And that was from the Fresh Air Fund. And like, so when I saw that, I've been dying to ask you, man.
Yeah.
So did you do the Fresh Air Fund thing?
Didn't do
Or-
it. And
But is that where the name came from? Like,
That's where
how'd
the
you
name
come up
came
with
from.
it?
Yeah.
Did come from
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I didn't do it because the people I was working with at the time, we didn't see eye to eye, so I just kind of canceled that, you know?
Right. Okay, so that's where the name came from. That's
Right.
that was what my question was.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's
Tight,
cool, man.
tight, man. So, man, creative control again, like huge. You're producing all this shit for all these people. Then Currency blowing up, Wiz blowing up. What was life after creative control closed its doors? What was when they kind of like dissipated and there was this sort of like time period of just like not really anything going on. What were you doing at that time?
DJing for Mobb Deep. I was on the
So
road
that's
for like
when you
3
jumped
years
on.
with Mobb Deep, yeah.
Wow.
Around the same time when Dame and everything started slowing down, I got the call from Marvis and Prodigy. They're like, yo, we need a DJ. Next thing you know, I was a stand-in DJ. We need you to DJ for one day. I'm like, I bet. And I think I went to my first date. I was in Switzerland. I'm like, this is dope. I've never been to Switzerland. This is
Yeah.
crazy. Went to Switzerland, did the show. It was
to
good.
DJ too
To
at that,
DJ.
DJ for
like,
Mobb Deep.
Dude,
Wow.
crowd was crazy. Energy was crazy. The guys, they kind of felt me, so they called me for another date. Next thing you know, you're the guy. And I was rocking with them for like 3 years.
Amazing. So you went on all these world tours with them.
Been around the
US
world
Coast.
like 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Some other shit.
Going record shopping?
No.
No?
What
Why
would
not?
you use it?
Because I
No
couldn't
time.
I couldn't get it back home.
Yeah.
Right.
And the time was crazy
Yeah.
too.
Timing.
The time was crazy.
What were you using to DJ at that time?
Machine.
Okay.
Yeah, I had everything in the machine on the pads. Like I was using it like an instant replay machine.
Got it.
Yeah.
Were you making beats while you were on tour too?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I just got off tour with Currency, and we finished Pilot Talk 4 on the bus.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
We did Pilot Talk 4 on the bus. It was
Is
crazy.
that breaking news?
Let's break. Well, some people know. Yeah.
Pilot Talk 4 is officially done, courtesy of Skibeatz.
Hey,
Get ready.
Oh, 8, I'm sorry.
Just the way you said it, I was like,
Wow. All right. So, man, well, let's keep talking about Mobb Deep. So, obviously, rest in peace, Prodigy.
yeah.
Man, that was obviously hard for everyone,
Yeah.
basically everyone. What were those moments like being on tour with them? Like, what was the energy like? What was the energy like overseas, sort of compared to?
It's a
Here.
100 times different, man.
Yeah.
The people overseas, they really pay homage to golden era acts. They pay homage to everybody, but they really like show love. Like you might have a show with Mobb Deep and Wiz Khalifa, and Wiz Khalifa might be opening for Mobb Deep. It's hypothetically speaking, it's that kind of atmosphere out there. And it was amazing, man. You know, I'm a fucking Mobb Deep fan. I never in my life thought I'd be DJing for Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? I used to listen to their records, you know, like I'm a fan. You feel me?
Right.
So they, you know, to hang out with P, to hang out with Hav, to become friends with P, to become friends with Havoc. It was, you know, being to have his crib and watching him make beats, and you know, him telling me certain things. It's crazy, bro.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, you know, just traveling with them, and, you know, you working on production while you, you know, on the road and stuff like that. Were you working with them on the road as far as like doing production, or with Havoc?
You know, I would make beats in the room, and P would come in, and he would say, "Oh, that's hot, kid." And he would start, you know, he would start writing or spitting some rhymes. You know, go to Hav house, you know, show him some stuff. He's like, "Yo, that's dope, that's dope." You know what I'm saying? Then he'll show me some stuff. You know, I mean, I wish I would have had a chance to, you know, actually get on a Mobb Deep's album. That would have been kind of crazy. You know?
Yeah.
That would have been legendary.
Are there any like new up and coming artists right now that are coming out that you
who do you have your
want
eye
to work
on?
with, or that you were like inspired by?
Artists? Oh man.
Or producers?
Yeah, it's so much music, man. I don't want to, and it's like I don't even know everybody's names and stuff. I just know, you know, I don't even know the name of the songs. I just hear stuff and vibe. I'm like, I like
So
that.
what
That's
songs
dope.
you like right now?
Like I don't know the name of the songs. Like
how does it go?
I'm the same way, man. I get it.
Yeah, I'm like in this funny bubble.
Yeah,
you know, I
get it.
Vibe off what I vibe off.
Is it because, like you said, there's so much music out? It's like so many new artists, so many, you know, producers, so many new songs.
It's like a lot of music that I hear, and there's a lot of good music, but then there's a lot of music that tends to sound the same, and I get kind of confused. I'm like, damn, well, isn't that?
I thought that was such a
right? You know what I'm saying? You know, and I ain't trying to throw no shade to no, you know, artists that do that, because that's their thing. I do what I do, they do what they do. You know, but I you know,
you're kind of in your own world a little bit.
Right. Like I might hear like an Odyssey.
Yeah.
And I think I hear his music and
He's
I
amazing.
feel it out the gate. I'm like, yo, this kid is incredible.
Odyssey, Black Milk.
You know
he's dropping a new album.
Yeah.
But
Sounds
honestly,
fire.
there is so much music out that, you know, it is kind of hard sometimes to, you know, keep up to date with everything.
There is. That's funny that you mentioned the whole bubble thing, because I personally could relate to that, because, you know, like I know certain things, but like, not really. I'm kind of just like creating my own shit, and I'm focused on that and the people around me.
Exactly.
So I understand. So like, you know, being just like a veteran producer, but then also just still being super active in like what's current. What's your sort of like feeling about, you know, the music that's being made now that's mainstream, and then the music that you like and that you make, and like your sort of I guess strategy or feeling to, you know, still sort of be active now? You know what I mean? Like, do you want to like work with, you know, the, you know, Lil Pumps and you know, the A Boogies and P&B Rocks, or are you just sort of just like, fuck it, I just want to work with people that want to work with me? Like, what's your kind of strategy right now?
I don't want anything. I just enjoy making music, and if, you know, somebody kind of comes around and say, hey, I like that, I'm like, all right, let me hear what you got. And then it happens organically. I'm not like, I don't really need mainstream. I don't really need underground. I don't really need anything. I just need for God to keep creating me with the fucking gift to create. You feel me? And I can just make music because that's my thing. You feel me? And if I'm doing it for 100%, if I'm doing it because I 100% love doing it, then, you know, I'm going to reap the benefits from it because it's just dope.
Yeah.
That's it. I love it. I love it because it seems like all these things, and including the music, obviously, but all these things that you're involved with and that you do seem like they come from a genuine place. Like, you do them because you love doing them. And I want to bring up the 24-hour, what is it called? The
24-hour karate school.
24-hour karate school.
The dojo.
The dojo.
The dojo.
Love that. I love the branding. I love that.
I got you. Matter of fact, this is my partner Jason right here. Jason Martin.
Jason?
What's up, Jay?
Say what's up.
And you know, we
and
got
these bags are dope, by the way.
Yeah. Highly functional.
Oh man, they're super tight.
Big shout out to Danielle Smith. That's my partner. You know, we got the sound bags going on. And
Josh,
you guys,
sure
like
you
I
get
said,
all that.
you guys should cop the sound bag if you don't.
if I would have known y'all was here, I would have got everybody. But I got you next time.
Cool, okay.
Thank you, Skip. Hey, we got Dojo
nice.
Fitteds. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Honestly,
Dojo
I just want
snap.
a bag.
We got some
Dojo
Dojo
snap.
stickers.
I'll take it.
I'll give y'all
Okay,
some
let's
Dojo
product
stickers.
place this.
Yeah.
Dojo shirt.
We gotta get these bags.
Yeah. Fire.
Nice.
Oh, I got a Skibeatz
Thank
sticker.
you. Wow, so we got all sorts of merch here from the
Stick
dojo.
me on your drum machine. Stick me on your camera, son.
Stick it on the laptop, the camera, all that shit.
My SP
So, like-
404.
Boom.
Yeah.
The 404, baby.
So you have the dojo thing, and you're also one of the few out here that's also very active with the producer community too, the upcomers. You're doing workshops and stuff like that. So like, tell us about all these things and workshops that you're doing, like with producers. Like, what are you doing?
Well, we started the dojo school.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I started the dojo school a while ago. I was working with my previous partner, Will, the 83rd. We just kind of wanted to, show some kids how to do some things, because when I was coming up, nobody did that.
Right.
Nobody pushed us out and said, "Yo." Everybody was more like, nah,
we're
this
not.
is me,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I started the school with Will, but Will, he couldn't continue to, do the school. So Jason was a student in the class.
Nice.
And he was like,
Nice.
"Yo, dude, I got a studio I just built in my house in Brooklyn, Brownstone. You can come check it out. You might like it." So I went to his
Amazing.
crib, checked it out. I'm like, "Okay, this setup is dope. Let's do it here." And we kept it going.
Amazing, amazing, man.
So we do the dojo every month, and the turnout's been really good. People, they're having a good time. I got all types of dope producers that come to the class, and everybody's using everything, man.
Wow.
Everything.
So how does one, if you're a producer and you want to get
in the
involved
class?
and join, how do they do that?
Gotta follow me, man. Gotta follow me on Instagram at Skibeatz, Skibeatz. Follow me. I make an announcement every month when we're gonna do the joint, and just hit me up.
And you said they're learning
Amazing.
a lot of things and using a lot of things. Like what?
I teach them sound design. I teach them, some cool sampling hacks. You know what I'm saying? I teach them, whatever they want to know. They ask me all kind of questions.
What's the age?
Any age.
Okay.
Come
I
through.
might have to stop by and
Yeah.
learn
I'm about to
something.
go
That shit is
learn
dope.
something.
I'm trying to
And-
learn
and
some shit.
Brooklyn
I was
Brownstone,
just hoping you would say
congrats.
5 through 12.
Word.
Dude, listen, Brooklyn, the words Brooklyn
And Brownstone?
Brownstone together.
Lit.
Equals
That's-
success.
That's I'm trying to find a money.
These days.
I'm trying to find a cash register sound effect. We'll just do this.
Equals success.
But
Yeah, mine works too.
that's not cheap. That's not cheap.
No, it's not.
You got the exposed brick? You do? Oh, wow. You know what?
Yeah.
Exposed brick. I just moved into a new crib in Brooklyn too, so those prices are crazy. So yeah, you guys should definitely follow Skibeatz if you want to get into the dojo and get involved, man. Why wouldn't you want to? It's weird if you don't. So you're doing sound design. I know that's a big thing with what you're doing.
Dude, you know how that happened?
How did it happen?
I went to Dubspot. They wanted me to do they wanted me to talk about Ableton.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, sure.
Is that your DAW of choice, or I know you use a few DAWs.
Ableton.
Okay.
That's my main.
What's
That's
your
my baby.
second?
MPC X right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they wanted me to do this little talk about Ableton, and they asked them how much they was gonna pay, yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of taking the payment, I said, you know what, let me take this sound design course with you guys. So I took sound design with Dubspot for like a year, and I learned a lot of shit, dog. That shit was crazy. I learned like a lot of stuff, and so it just started taking over. I mean, I went one time like months, no beats, just straight, just making sounds. It was just so interesting to me. That's why I'm all into the modulars now,
Yup.
because I'm like, fuck it, I want to take it to the next level.
Yup.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to get into the modular world, and the beats and the inspiration I'm getting from that. I feel like I'm digging in crates, but
Crazy.
it's just, when you start turning knobs,
Yeah.
it's just anything can happen.
But those modular synths are what they used back in the day too.
Right.
So it's like it's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what plugins do you like?
Plugins that I plug.
What are some plugins that you can put us onto?
Plugins.
That you use?
Or whatever, sound.
Exactly.
I
I feel him though.
Nah.
I feel him though. He's like plug.
Dude, I don't really. I like the Fab Filter stuff.
Okay.
Fab filter.
Fab
Yeah.
Filter's cool.
I like
Fab
Fab
yeah.
Filter.
Fab Filter EQ is good.
Right.
Yeah.
Waves, everybody uses the waves, but they're good. I like the waves. But I'm analog, man. I barely turn the computer on now. I'm just straight, on that MPC, on that my module.
Right.
Got my Moog 37 over here. Got my turntable right here. Got my live bass going on. I'm just raw.
Raw.
I might dump it in the computer if I think the beat is dope, just to track it out. But other than that, I'm not.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
we need more of that.
Right.
It's like an
More of that.
organic producer.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
that shit is gluten free, man.
yeah, I was gonna say vegan. I didn't want to offend him. I was like, that's like a vegan producer.
Agave synthesizers.
That's some agave. Yes, that is.
But I mean, but you
Grass-fed.
roots.
Don't get me wrong. Technology is definitely important, man. It's it's nothing like a VST that because I use like a lot of what's that VST I use, Jason? The one that turns everything kind of lo-fi. What's the name of that joint? The isotope vinyl is kind of
my
cool.
best friend.
You feel me? It's certain little things I use that can kind of emulate the sound that I'm looking for. But I just like that warm in your face kind of sound.
Yeah, we need them. We need them grass-fed sounds. You know what I'm saying? Grass-fed keyboards, vegan sounds. You know what I mean? So I see on your Instagram you're actually working on like a modular synth project. Is that in the works?
I'm building a synth.
What can you tell us about it?
Well, this is gonna be a boom bap. I'm calling it Switched on Bap.
Hey.
You remember the album Switched on Bach?
I don't.
Google that. Google everybody
Switched on
on
Switched
Earth.
on Bach.
Google Switched on Bach.
BACH?
BACH.
Okay.
Basically, when the first modular synth came out, this classical pianist guy made an album with all Moog synthesizers, and it was all classical music. So he called the album
what is it called?
Switched on Bach.
Switched on BACH. Okay, I'm going to look it up.
It was released by Columbia Records.
Right.
Is it Walter Carlos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now Wendy Carlos, because he's a girl now.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
But anyhow, it's classical music, but it's electronic.
All electronic. I love it.
Yeah, and it sounds crazy.
I love
so
it.
I'm like, Switched on Bap. So I'm gonna do all electronic
That's dope.
boom bap.
That's dope. That's sick. I love synthesizers, man. I'm addicted. I'm not in my process. I'm not like messing with the modular synth stuff yet because it's so overwhelming for me.
Once you do, it's over.
Yeah.
It's like it's an addiction, dog. You start with one module, next thing you know, your baby ain't got no shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was lit.
That was a good one. Bruh, that was a good one.
No shoes. Yeah, it looks very addicting. Very addicting. So you have this project coming out. Amazing. What other things do you have on the horizon? Music or non-music related?
Besides that in the school and DJing with Spitter right now, we got the sound bags, we got the hats, we got
merch. Where can they get the merch?
They can get the merch from Soundbag, SOUNBAG.com.
Soundbag.
What does it go for?
That bag is ain't like 180 something.
Okay.
That's a good price.
It's a good bag.
Yeah.
No, because usually, I always have this complaint, a lot of the, functional music bags,
right?
They always look like shit.
Yes.
Right.
But they function really well.
Yeah.
They're like glorified camera bags, basically.
Yeah. Right.
Camera bags are whack, generally.
This is like a cool producer
This
bag.
shit is cool.
I
I
feel good walking in the studio with that.
Yeah, and
Yo.
it's highly functional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yo, Ski, it's funny because when Il tried it on, I was with him today when he he got it, opened it, fucking, opened everything up,
Tried
all
it
the
on.
pockets,
Yeah.
and then he put it on. And you remember what you said? The first thing,
What'd I say?
the first thing he said, he was like, "Yo, this bag right here." He was like, "It's like functional."
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what he just kept saying. It's just functional.
Yeah.
Like whatever you need, he put it in there. I mean, and then it looks tight. So
Yeah.
who designed? Who did the design and all that?
My
on there?
partner Danielle Smith, she came up with this whole bag, this whole idea. It happened because I told her, I'm like, I need a bag to carry my stuff in. And she said, let me make you a bag. So she started,
designs bags?
Yeah, she designs shoes, bags, whatever.
Wow.
So she started making the bag live in the crib with the sewing machine and everything.
Wow.
And then I had a old MPC pad laying around. She took the pad and laid it on top of the camouflage and said, "What you think?" I'm like,
Damn! You're like, I love her.
I would like Ski. I would like to and name a price. I would like to do a custom. Can I do a custom one?
Nice.
Illmind one.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Illmind,
I want to do.
the
I want
Illmind
to. Can we do?
sound
I want to
bag.
do an all white one.
she can hook
Like
it up
just
for you.
pure white. Do you have leather? White leather?
We can get it.
Just like pure white leather. The
Okay.
whole thing.
Okay.
So
With
what
the
is-
pads and everything.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm envisioning for
So
myself.
does she design her own stuff, or does she help you? Or?
She designs her own stuff. She
Sick.
does a lot of stuff, man. You just follow her on Soundbag and at Soundbag, SOUNBAG. Follow her on Soundbag and just DM her and she'll definitely hook you up. Just tell her your ideas, and she can make it happen.
Dope. All right, guys. Well, you heard it. Sound bag. If you're a producer, or like even if you're not a producer, this is a sick bag to get.
Sick. 12 inches. I carry that when I'm going to get
so
records.
They fit
perfect.
perfectly.
Perfect fit.
Tough.
It's incredible.
Right
Records, laptops,
video
keyboards,
gear. If you have like
video
lenses
gear.
and shit.
I put my lenses in there that we brought in, Josh.
Camera, all that fits inside.
You can put your drugs
It's got
in
the
there.
waist thing on
Put your
it too.
weed in there.
Put your weed in there.
That's a lot of weed.
Your snacks.
You can put
your
a little
studio-
water bottle. You
your
can put a
studio
water
snacks.
bottle on the right.
Yeah.
Studio
Your studio
munchies.
snacks.
Yeah.
Studio toothbrush.
You can put whatever you want in the bag, man. It's, you know,
Yeah, you can
it's a
pack
cool
stuff.
looking bag, man.
It is.
It is.
I think that's what I love the most about it because I'm kind of into like fashion and all that bullshit.
Kind of.
So yeah, right. I'm very
I was like,
Her name's
kind of,
Perfection.
like, yeah.
I was in the fashion industry
people don't know
for
that
quite some
perfection
time.
is a designer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in the fashion industry for quite some time. I was the director of a women's designer boutique in Soho.
Okay.
And I also designed some men's designer samples, and I'm trying to get into, women's, just because music and fashion go hand in hand. Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to be fly and have unique pieces. And that's what I love about the bag too. It's like, it makes me want to wear it. Like, this looks dope, because kind of like what you said, like even, for like DJing for my tractor, I was looking for a dope bag, and I'm like, oh my God,
look
these
whack.
are so fucking
They
whack.
got the little
So
orange,
corny.
neon orange interior
corny.
with the black on the outside.
Barely doesn't fit. You're like, fuck.
Right.
They got their logo everywhere. It's crazy. All right, guys, listen up. We're going to jump into this BLAP or CRAP segment. We got Skibeatz here joining us today.
Let's go.
Yeah. You ready to go?
Let's go.
So this is what we're going to do, guys. This
Crap.
is BLAP or CRAP.
I hear what he's saying. I fuck with you.
I got the toilet bowl
Let's go.
sound effect on cue. So this is the BLAP or CRAP segment, guys. This is what we're going to do. So we're going to go into our website that Atlas and I helped build. It's called BeatThread, BeatThread.com. And it's a website where producers and artists could upload their songs and beats and receive verbal critique and also a rating system. And it's free to join. And we're going to go on this website and we are going to choose at random some of these beats on here. We're going to play a snippet of the actual beat. And if we like the beat, we're going to give you a BLAP. And if we don't, we'll give you a CRAP with some constructive criticism, sometimes not constructive. So fuck you.
No, we're good. We're
So
nice.
fuck
We're
you.
nice people.
We're nice. Atlas is not nice.
No, we're nice people. Everyone here is
Atlas
nice.
on the beat, so it's not nice. Shout to murder. So that's what we're doing, guys. So if you're interested in submitting for this segment, all you need to do is go to beatthread.com and sign up for a membership. It's free. And you can upload your tracks. And when you upload, make sure you hashtag BLAP or CRAP, BLAPORCRAP, hashtag when you upload your tracks so that we can, find it when we do this segment. So, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's
ready.
do it. We've had a lot of shitty ones.
Let's
in the
not
past
even.
month.
Let's not
Some
even
good
go
ones.
there.
Some good ones.
I feel like when we talk about it too much, it happens.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
there you go.
Not even-
I
I
like
said I was
that.
optimistic,
I like that.
so I'm ready.
Let's get
Here we
it.
go. Our first submission is
Welcome.
by Welcome
Come into the stage.
Welcome to the stage.
Welcome to the stage, Franco Masuelo.
Is that that's
Is
the
that
name?
really his name? Or did
That's
you
him,
look it up?
Franco Masuelo.
Is he Italian?
He might be. All right, that was
right.
Franco Masuelo.
Welcome.
Atlas, why don't you start that one, Atlas?
Damn. I'm gonna blap that one.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
I was,
All right.
normally I'm super hater, but I was really feeling someone. I was just hearing like an artist.
You're hearing a song.
Could be a singer, could be R&B crooner, could be like hip hop. You know what I mean?
hear
Like
that's very Drakey.
that's what I'm saying. I heard top line, really good
That's
top
very-
line. Like
Drakey
I like
vibe.
that's something I could do something with. I could take that and bring to someone like, hey, maybe jump on it. You know what I mean? So for that,
You're a
I'm gonna blap.
customer. You're a customer. That was crap.
Okay. Say no more.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
What was crap about it?
Don't be a customer, Atlas.
Okay.
What was crap about
Well,
it?
yeah. What did you
First of all, it was predictable. I mean, obviously the kid who produced Franco, that's
Yeah,
his name.
yeah.
Obviously he has talent. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because
Right.
he did what everybody else is doing pretty cool.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it was predictable. I kind of knew when the drops was gonna
Yeah.
come. It's the same old. That.
Yeah.
I want to be surprised. I want something to come out of nowhere. I want to hear some rhythm I never heard before. I want to hear
Yeah.
some kind of sound that got me
Right.
like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
That was none of that.
Man, I think
Thank
we
you.
may have found a bigger, harsher critic than
I
Atlas to
fucking
plug.
love it. I'm like, Ski, where have you been my whole life?
Keeping it real.
Skis, keeping it real.
We
This
call
is gonna be
Atlas.
this is
And
gonna be
Ski,
a
I gotta
difficult
tell
one.
you, I love this because usually I'm like,
We
I
call him
don't
the
like.
Yeah, he's
Simon
usually the
Cowell.
hater.
Yeah, he's
don't-
usually
Yeah.
Simon.
I'm
You
not
know
a
what I mean?
hater.
Well, not hater, but you know.
I got an opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like
love it.
Simon
Thank you for
Cowell
that.
from American Idol.
Yeah.
I feel honored. by the way.
Usually.
Thank you.
What'd you guys think?
It was I would say it was a crap. I mean, it was like the same thing. It's the same reasons that he had pretty much was like, I knew when the drops were going to be. The loop was like repetitive. He could have did like a lot more with it, but it was predictable. It sounded cool, but I was like, am I going to blap it? At first I was, because I was like, it was sequenced together and it sounded right. But it didn't make me like,
God, I really think if there was some top line
I'm
on
gonna
there,
blap that. I'm
I
gonna blap
really
that.
think,
I'm gonna
I
blap
really
it.
think,
I'm gonna blap that.
if
It's a crap for me.
fucking Drake, if Drake or Kendrick fucking spit on that, everyone be like, yo, that shit was so hard.
But
we're
That shit
looking
was
at it as
crazy.
without
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because you're programmed like the rest of them, baby.
No,
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm gonna blap
No,
that
I'm
just
yeah.
because just breaking down like the actual beat.
Right.
Like I agree with Atlas. I feel like you can definitely hear someone on that. You know, that obviously sounds like something that's, predictable or something that was kind of out. It gives you that Drake sound. But that's the thing though.
We want
you know.
that Franco sound.
No,
though.
and
Right,
listen
no.
too. Listen,
Right.
this,
No, but I'm saying,
this
like-
is not going to win a beat battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
This isn't like the hardest fucking hitting beat I ever heard.
No,
it's
but
not that.
yeah.
But if someone was on that shit and they was spitting some shit,
But I also
Okay.
liked.
I don't think so.
okay, that's cool. That's why would he do this?
I
Yeah,
like-
no, I like
Yeah.
that. I
I
when
liked
it's
some of the
different this time.
some of the changes that he did, just because the sample was repetitive, and I felt like I was like, okay. Another reason why I blapped it was I liked how his drums were mixed. I think his drums were mixed like very clean, and they were sitting right. The sample I wasn't a fan of. You really couldn't tell what the sample was saying. A little bit of distortion. I think the sample could have been mixed better for sure. It didn't fit with the mix of the drums, but the drums did sound cool, and I think you can definitely hear someone on it.
Yeah.
So that's why I blapped it.
Yeah.
And the transitions were kind of predictable, but in my mind I was like, okay, this might just be repetitive the whole time.
Right.
And the switch kind of was cool. Like you can vibe to it and hear someone on it.
Yeah.
So that's why I blapped
Yeah,
that.
I'm.
But it is
I'm,
like predictable and like kind of you've heard that. But
yeah,
you know.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm right there in the middle because it is definitely super predictable, obviously. And I feel you, Ski. Like we want that. What's his name? That Franco sound.
Yeah.
And it's like so. There's really not much of an identity, but I'm also with Atlas in terms of if you get the right vocalist on there, not even really a Drake, but just like the right vocalist on there, it could turn into a good song. So I'm on the fence, but I can't blap anything I'm on the fence with, so I'm crapping that shit. But potential. It has potential, but definitely need a little bit more originality. I agree with you,
Got
man.
some potential.
Potential. All right, our next. Oh, should we do this person? No. Okay, so our next submission for today is
Welcome
this
to
guy
the
always
stage.
squeezes in here. OJ some pulp. He's consistent.
OJ
That's his name.
Some Pope.
OJ Some
Is it
Pulp.
pulp or pope?
Pulp.
Some Pope.
P-U-L-P.
Pulp.
OJ
That's
Some.
a weird word.
So
Some
how do you
Pope.
say it though? It's like OJ Some Pope?
Yeah.
Or OJ Some Pope? Or
I think it's Some
you know what I
Pulp.
mean? OJ Some. It's like
Or
OJ but
OJ
Some Pope.
Some Pope.
OJ.
OJ Some Pope.
Because I like Some Pope.
I like Pope. I like a little
It's
Pope.
alright.
Some Pope's kind of.
Somebody should come out called Lil Pope.
No, please.
Drop that.
No more
I will.
Lil.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
Okay.
I didn't like that intro.
Can we
but
start it
anyway,
over?
let's
Was that really how it started?
see. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see. I like that little reverse. But still going. He got drops. Okay, okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll start it off. It was just all right for me. I'm gonna crap it. But again, like I can see artists hearing that and like it has enough room for an artist to like write to it. I don't know if that's enough. There's enough in there to like spark a good, top
Right.
line. Don't know, but it was a little on the boring side for me, so I'm crapping it.
All right, Ski, what'd you think?
Why me? Why
Come on, man. Come on, man. You're gonna do me like that right now? Really? It's gonna
What's homeboy? OJ?
OJ
Some Pulp.
some pulp, like pulp,
Some-
like OJ pulp,
Like
yeah.
Pulp Fiction?
No,
No,
like
yeah, pulp.
like orange juice pulp.
Yeah, P-U-L-P.
Pulp.
Yeah.
Okay.
The profile picture is actually an orange, so
Okay.
I'm assuming it's pulp.
Okay, OJ. I'm pretty sure you're a beautiful person.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not dissing him.
Yeah.
Like Franco, he got the talent is there. They got talent. They got rhythm. They got sounds. It's just not. I'm just I just want my brain to be fucked up. I want to be able to go home from this and be like, I gotta go make a beat because this new little kid that's coming out is fucking
Right.
crazy. I'm not hearing that right now. I'm just hearing like, hey, if an artist was on it, it could be cool.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Exactly.
I want
Not
I want that shit to be cool without an artist. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Thank you.
Crap.
It's nice.
All right.
I'm gonna
Good.
crap that.
Yeah, he keeps taking the words out my mouth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
crapping that
crap
too.
that.
Crap
All
it.
right.
Crap that
Craps
too.
all around. Sorry, OJ.
It's all
Oh,
around.
And
unfortunately-
that's like, that kind of beat is like one of those beats where I need to listen to it like 2 or 3 times to kind of get it.
That's
Yeah,
a
true.
beat that I would get from somebody like, oh, I need a top line. Like, can you find a line for this?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That was
Negative.
That was OJ no pulp. Unfortunately,
OJ.
was that bad? No.
I don't mind OJ without pulp though.
Yeah, no, I prefer it without. I don't even drink OJ. What am I talking about? Okay, so next up is Illin beat.
Oh,
It has the word ill in it.
Okay.
Yep, Illin beat. Here we go. Let's see if it's ill.
Boss name on the beat.
Oh no, take that out.
MIDI Mafia.
Yeah, that
That
gotta go
808's
to
really loud.
All right.
I
I think we're good. I think we're good.
Go
I
wait,
think
give
we
it a
all
chance.
know
Give it
what
a chance.
is.
Here we go. Yeah, yeah.
stacking the brick and I'm making the quick one.
Wrecking it, wrecking it, wrecking it, wrecking it, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, shaking it, shake that booty, shake that
This is
booty,
like Future featuring
shake
Offset.
that booty, shake that booty,
Pretty much.
shake it like a rump shaker,
Rockstar.
shake it like a rump shaker,
Rockstar.
Yeah.
shake it like a rump shaker.
Yeah.
Shake it like a rum shaker.
Yeah.
Shake it like a mom shaker.
Yeah.
Shake it like a salt shaker.
Yeah.
Shake it like a no wait.
Wrong way.
Shake it like no wait.
Oh wait.
Whatever is no wait.
What?
What wait? No wait. Hold up. No
What?
wait.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
No wait. Hey, don't want me to motherfucker say it.
Drugs.
Drugs.
And
Drugs.
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 Popping it. Popping it.
Drugs. Drugs. Drugs.
Popping it.
Drugs.
All right. There's a lot of drugs
Plenty.
there. A lot of drugs there.
Drugs.
Damn.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I know the answer to that. Ski, why don't you start that one off?
I'm sorry, man. What's his
Tell
name? Illin?
It's Illin beat. Illin beat.
Illin beats sounded just like Franco and OJ. They sound the same.
Yeah.
The gag.
Yeah. You guys want to
I
comment?
think I'm with Ski on that.
Okay.
That's
This is just like a very generic trap beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just generic.
I will say though, I
was
do
empty.
appreciate the loudness of the 808,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate the crispness,
but my ears were.
That shit
it's
gonna
pretty
kill the
empty.
trunk.
That's gonna kill the
Yeah.
trunk.
Yeah.
You're basically just gonna hear like a
Just that.
sub. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I could appreciate, but now sorry, man. All right, next up is Orion.
Orion.
Logo's cool.
All right, Orion. Shut up! All right.
Damn.
When do you guys start that off?
I like that. I'm gonna blap that.
Hey! Blap.
I'm gonna blap that.
Perfection.
I fuck with that.
Blap.
I'm gonna blap that. It was something about the snare that was a tad bit too high for me.
A
Maybe
little, like,
too
piercing,
crispy.
a
Yeah, it
little
was too
The
piercing.
mix was a little off.
Yeah, but other than that, I fucked with the vibe. That intro was kind of weird. I would maybe change that
something, right?
intro. Yeah, because I don't know. I wasn't. I guess that's a good thing, but sometimes it's weird. Like I wasn't expecting that coming from the intro. It just kind of was off.
Right.
But other than that, I kind of fuck with it. I like
There you
that.
go.
I like that vibe.
I love it. What do you guys think? Atlas, go ahead.
Yeah. You know what's funny with this one? I agree with what she said in the beginning. It was weird for me, but when everything was like kicking in, I was like, okay, there's something there. But because of that beginning like static issue for me, I'm gonna have to crap it. It was like from the beginning, because when you hear it within the first like 3 to 5 7, you just know.
You just know.
And for that it was I didn't feel that.
feeling
for
it.
this one. Yeah, that's how I felt. Just like that. Do it again. Yeah, that's how I felt. So,
What's that, a Wookiee?
It's a Wookiee. It is a Wookiee. But it is Chewbacca. Oh yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Lamb?
This is where BLAP or CRAP gets
Blurry.
Yeah.
because technically, like if I listen to it like just like I guess sonically, it sounds great. Like the sample is good, the snare is crispy, but then it gets deeper. Like this is not my vibe. Then I don't know if I like that kick. I don't know if I was feeling the kick like that. And when like there's something about samples, I like this. He fit it in there, like it worked, but it was like I don't know. I don't really like swingy
Right.
a little swingy. A little,
Yeah, you're
like,
not big on the swingy
I'm
yet.
not big on swingy. So then it gets down to preference. It's like I could blap it because
It's always
sonically
preference.
it sounds good, but preferably it's just like not my vibe. But it was a good beat. Like I say that it was a cool beat, but the snare and the drums was just a little bit like cheesy. It was just like a little cheesy for me. It was just like it wasn't bad. Like I said, it's not bad. Like somebody would totally, like
Rock out.
somebody
Do
would
something.
totally do something with that. It's just not my like.
Ski, what you think?
It's crazy because we think alike. Yeah, it was
In between.
Yeah, it was. You know, it was there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm not taking nothing away from these kids. They all got talent, but it was cheesy. It was kind of the drums was funny. It was
Right.
the his choice of drums was weird.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it sounded like it came from a keyboard or something.
Right.
Thank you. That's what it literally. That's how it sounds to
love
me.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, crap, yeah.
I love
Put some
that.
dirt on it.
I
Yo,
love
I love
Make
that.
them dirty.
I love the sample. The whole vibe, like Ski said, like the vibe is there. So a lot of potential with this track. If I were you, I would switch the snare out. Like I would actually keep all the other drums. Just that snare is like a little. Wait, let me hear it again. It's like a little.
The sample is cool, but you can even do something.
I'm not gonna wait for that.
Can't
fast forward
I'm
it.
not gonna wait.
It's not worth
Actually,
it.
never mind.
The snare wasn't trash. It was
No.
almost there. I would just either EQ it, maybe something like the snare got to
to
have
be
more
tucked.
personality, right?
It
more
should be
personality.
tucked. It's two on top. Like
Yeah,
it's like,
yo,
literally, like
think
But-
about
Yeah.
when you're doing your drums. Every drum is a person. Every drum is a character.
Exactly.
Think about it. Don't just
Yeah.
get some bland motherfucking actor
Exactly.
who just started. You know what I'm saying? Get some more, some.
yes,
Personality.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
Yeah. That was almost a blap for me too, but that
It was,
snare. I
yeah,
couldn't
that's
do
what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah. All right. Our next submission is by Big Butter Beats. I thought it said Big Butt Beats.
Big
This
butter.
is Big Butter.
Big ass beats.
Big ass Butter Beats. All right, here we go. Big Butter Beats. Interesting.
Is it gonna do something?
Is that what it is right here?
Sounds like an Adult Swim bump.
I think it's like I like it, but I feel like it needs
commercial.
more. Yeah, yeah.
I
don't get
can't
it.
rap to this.
I don't get it.
MIA can, but that's about it.
I don't get it.
It's like some licensing.
Motherfucking snap. A rap. I'm
You
trying
said
to
a
figure out Kenya's motherfucking. No, when I freestyle, I
hate
just
you.
say
I'm
motherfucker.
trying to think about a motherfucker.
Snap, trying to fit the snap.
This is like only person I can see
Okay,
on that
okay.
is like a MIA
Big Butter
or
Beats.
Santiago.
I'll be quick with it.
That's-
I'm gonna crap it, but I thought it had potential because I'm a sucker for those kind of samples.
It drew me in.
But
I
like
didn't-
the pattern just was really, I don't know. It was just there was no real
couldn't
pocket.
find the rhythm.
But I will say though, I could see this playing during an Adult Swim bump. So like
Yeah.
watching Space Ghost at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
and then a commercial comes on.
Or like
and
a
then
hookah
like
lounge.
and then like this comes on.
That sounds very hookah.
It had the cool shit, but I don't know if this is usable outside of that. So I'm crapping it.
I feel like I hear that at like a hookah lounge or something. You just sitting
Yeah.
back. It's just like.
Just getting
And that's, yeah. I mean, hookah's cool, but that's gonna be a crap for me.
Not everybody fucks with hookah. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
The sample
No.
was cool, but like
Yeah.
the sample was cool, but like you said, like I didn't get the direction. I didn't know where it was going.
Yeah. Ski, what about you?
Crap.
There it is. You
I
heard
mean,
it
I
first.
thot it was gonna drop. Nothing
Yeah.
ever dropped.
That's what I'm
Nothing
saying.
happened.
You know what I'm saying? It
Exactly.
just-
Exactly
It
what I was
stayed
thinking.
right there.
Yeah.
I was waiting. I'm gonna crap that, and I felt like it was supposed to go somewhere. It was
Yeah.
like, it sounded like an intro that went the whole 3 minutes.
It's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
it's like you inhale but never exhale.
right. Yeah, exactly. I was
I
like,
can't breathe.
and then it's like, oh, it's not happening. And then it's like, oh, it's not happening. I was like,
Right.
and it didn't happen yet. And I was like, all right, I'm over it by this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep. I'm right there with you. All right. Our last submission for today is by AM Scores.
Hey, you
Okay.
scored. Okay.
Let's see.
AM Scores. Let's take him to church.
Okay.
You can't fuck up a church sample.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he better not.
I'm not mad at that so far. There you go. Take that 808 out part. Take that out.
Super loud.
The snare is mad loud.
Yeah.
808.
You gotta do something else with that bass.
Maybe get like a live bass or something, like someone in there
So he
knows
needs
how
a
to
live
fucking
bass.
play it. You know what I mean?
And another
Lyrical.
keyboard on top of it.
Lyrical. Spiritual. Lyrical. Miracle.
It's this note right here.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
That's
I hate
wrong.
that.
That's wrong.
I hate
I
it.
got the lyrical whip.
Miracle, spiritual.
Like,
Lyrical miracles.
lyrical, miracle, spiritual
Yeah.
chemicals.
Spitting that raw shit. Spitting that raw, yeah.
Mad tuna fish.
Nah, I mean.
Peanut butter sandwich. Every
Tuna
time I
fish and
manage.
white rice.
Yeah, slap
I got
ratchets.
the corned beef
Mama
and white
loved
rice.
me. Daddy hated.
Oh, man.
And then I graduated.
Mama used to cook me corned beef with white rice.
One rice.
Spain with the sugar on top. White rice.
Hey.
You know I got the mad rice. I'm nice.
Yeah.
Think
So
twice.
I think you get it right. You get it right.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Nah,
this.
but that shit had crazy
It
potential.
had
Yeah,
potential.
yeah.
I'm
Definitely did,
crapping that
definitely
shit,
did.
but listen,
Yo, I'm crapping that shit.
Listen.
Yo.
the part where everything else was
Yeah.
trash to me except for the part when the drums came in,
Yeah.
Right.
and there was no 808
No,
part.
no bass.
Right.
Yeah.
Focus on that. So
Yeah.
I would say delete everything
Scratch all
else.
that other
Scratch all
shit.
that.
Too
Yeah.
many intro
Go
transitions.
to that because
like
I
two
did like the
intros.
drums, like the drum pattern, and even like that had potential.
You know what? I know exactly what he was thinking. He was like, oh, I'm going to throw an 808 in there and it's going to sound current.
No,
Yeah.
didn't work.
Wrong song. Put an 808
Didn't
in.
work. Yeah.
Didn't work.
It wasn't cool.
He could,
in that note.
he could layer like a low 808 in there to
Yeah,
just,
like,
you know what I mean?
to-
but it
to
doesn't have
support
to.
the
What about a
bass,
fucking
but-
real bass line that's moving
what
with
I'm
them
saying, a
pianos?
real
I
bass.
heard a bass line in there, but
I
it was
said
so
he needs
low.
a keyboard and a
Yeah.
piano. I mean, a keyboard and a keyboard and a bass,
Yeah.
like live
Yeah.
bass.
Yeah.
That would have like livened
much
it up a
potential.
That's
little
what I
bit.
feel like
Yeah.
he was trying to be current, but keep like that.
No, if you
that
gonna be
vibe.
old, be all the way
Yeah.
old. Keep
Yeah.
the gritty. Keep it litty.
I'm with that.
Too titty.
I'm
Right.
with that. I'm with that. I had potential, but that was
It had
a unanimous
potential.
crap. Is that a unanimous
Yeah,
crap?
that's a
Yeah.
crap for me.
Yeah.
I would love to hear like a real musician, like bass player
A
come in
church,
there.
like a church.
It can even be like a
musician.
slap bass, just like something like musically, someone who's like knows what they're doing with that instrument.
Well,
you know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
Yeah.
you know what? He might be limited. He might be, just a
Right.
kid with a laptop.
Right, yeah.
So, but he got to
Right.
kind of,
He has an ear.
yeah, he definitely has an ear. He just
Yeah.
got to master that craft. That's all. He's on his way.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
on his way.
He's on his way.
All right. Well, thank you guys for. We had a couple blaps, mostly craps.
Well,
though,
yeah,
as
I mean,
usual.
like,
I think
it was
we've
a
had
mix.
more
It was a
than
mix.
we've
It was
had
mixed.
in
Yeah,
a little
it
while.
It was
Mix.
it was a more talkative. Usually we're just like, yeah, I don't fucking like that
Yeah.
shit. Like
Yeah.
the snare suck. But it was like,
I feel
okay,
better
you-
about this
You guys
last
had craps.
batch.
Yeah, I like that it was a little mixed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I feel you
exactly.
guys come in with this. So thank you.
Exactly.
You've been asking. So, yeah.
So listen, guys, if you want to submit for this segment, BLAP or CRAP, again, all you have to do is go to beatthread.com, BEATTHREAD.com, sign up for a membership. It's free to sign up, and then you can start uploading your tracks, giving critiques to people, receiving critiques, and all that good stuff. And the cool thing about the website is that, the highest rated, most popular tracks float to the top of the page, like Reddit. So, the highest rated tracks get the most exposure. So, yeah, man, I'm still on that top spot. Someone got to beat me down there. It's not just because I don't build it, but it's literally
Right.
genuine. So, yeah, go on that website, have fun. And we're actually, right, Atlas, we're working on some cool behind the scenes stuff. We have tutorial videos coming.
Yeah,
we have drum
ton
kits
of
on the
tutorial.
website
Yep.
from Cardo and Mustard and all these really dope producers with some exclusive
Yep.
drum
At-
kits. And
the
we are
point-
also
the point
incorporating
system.
a point system
Point system.
for you guys. So where if you go on the website and give critiques to other users. You rack up points, and then you can redeem these points for some cool shit like, kits and all this other stuff that we have.
And Battleground.
Battleground.
You can have a Battleground, so for producers can battle.
Yeah, so
It'll
guys,
be an
listen,
online
we're
thing,
playing
so.
around with some cool shit for beatthread.com, but if you're listening to this and you're a music producer, make sure you sign up. It's free and it's a lot of fun, right?
Hey,
So-
let me ask you: have y'all ever had like somebody that was just like a blap that was so crazy? He was like, "Yo, my nigga, that shit was crazy." Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, well, not like called him, but like hit him up, like, yo, like,
Yeah,
let's
he's been on the
do
air like,
something.
yo,
Yeah.
hit me up,
dope.
hit me on.
Yeah.
That might be crazy though. Get him on the phone,
That
like
would
get
be
him on a
cool.
Skype.
Yo, that'd
Be like, yeah,
Yeah.
we heard your beat. Unanimous
Maybe
crowd.
we should do that.
Oh damn! A unanimous. We all heard it. We all hated
Yo,
it. We didn't like it.
we
Listen,
should
appreciate you,
definitely
though,
do
right?
that one day.
Thank
That's
you,
Just hit
dope,
'em up.
though. Because
Just
even
hit
if
'em
we
up.
crap somebody, I feel like they'll be like, "Oh my god,
Yeah.
you fucking called me
Yeah.
and
To
crap
tell me my
beat."
shit was shit. Okay.
Yo, we might even discover the next young talent, dude, that's up and coming
Yeah.
that just
That's
submitted.
what that's
you know
what
I
Beat Thread
mean?
is for. We're kind of waiting
Yeah.
for that moment of like, oh, this kid is crazy. Like,
Yo, imagine that if y'all find an artist that y'all find and boom, this will be so crazy.
it'll be big.
Wow.
It'll be big. Yeah. Hopefully one day we'll see.
We put it out
Yeah.
there. I
We'll
feel like
see.
it's gonna
Put the
happen.
energy out
It's in
there.
the ether, baby.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Ski, thank you for joining us, man.
Thank
shout
you,
to,
Ski.
so much.
Thank
shout
you
to
so
let's give a
much.
round of applause for Ski for joining us today.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Make sure
Let's
you guys
go.
go get that sound bag, SOUNBAG. One more time, Ski.
The
Shout out your
dojo.
socials. Where
My
can they find
social
you?
is at Skibeatz, SKIBEATZ. Soundbag at SOUNBAG or soundbag.com if you want to, actually cop something and stop being so cheap because y'all
Come on.
motherfuckers are cheap as fuck.
Spend that
I'm just
money.
playing.
Check it out.
Guys, listen,
We be poor.
it's
I feel you.
in 100% honesty, it's a really, really awesome bag.
Yeah, it's a
like
good
I'm
bag.
gonna be using this shit a lot. It's really functional. It looks great. So go get your sound bag. And Ski, thank you for joining us today, man.
Appreciate you,
Episode
thank you.
61. We're out of here.
Peace.
Let's go. Appreciate
Peace.
you, Skate.
Later.
Yo.